Today, I'm going to specifically talk about the customized fasting diet and how it promotes health span, longevity, gets rid of inflammation, improves the way you're sleeping, improves your skin, helps you reduce some of the visceral fat, the adipose tissue around the body, and it just rejuvenates the body in a total way. I have a thing on here that says they call it a fast, but it seems slow to me. For me, fasting is a little bit difficult. Other people, they go into it for a day, like I don't feel hungry at all. But what we're going to talk about is how to make the fast as easy as possible by maximizing the body's ability to heal while minimizing the hunger you experience and the loss of different lean body mass. So here, for our purposes, what is fasting? For our purposes today, the term fasting refers to a continuous period of not eating any food that typically extends over a 24-hour period and even as long as multiple days. We're going to talk about up to 5 days or more. Sometimes fasting can be used as a form of protest, like a hunger strike. It can be a religious activity or a spiritual activity for quick weight loss, to fit into your favorite pair of skinny jeans. These are all values and benefits, but we're going to talk about it today in terms of health span, lifespan, longevity, and peak span. So why would we sometimes use a fast? So medically, fasting is used to help correct mild to serious health conditions and improve our overall well-being. We know that fasting, and for hundreds of years this has been documented, as well as lab-tested research has shown recently that it decreases inflammation, it improves your sleep, it improves your oxidative stress resistance, makes you more resistant to free radical damage. It lowers insulin, lowers your IGF-1, insulin like growth factor 1. So these are all things that help to promote longevity and health span. And when we talk about fasting, we're going to talk today about a customized fasting diet. Now, a customized fasting diet accomplishes many of the same benefits of a water-only fast, but without the same discomfort. In a water-only fast, you're only drinking water. During the customized fasting diet, you're still eating, but we're going to trick the body into thinking you're fasting. So imagine if you had a stereo and the stereo is on really loud, you can hear it, but if you turn the volume all the way down that you can't hear it, it doesn't mean the stereo is off, it's just not loud enough for you to hear. We're going to do the same thing with our food. We're going to dial the food down in a very specific way where you're still eating, but the body thinks you're fasting. So prolonged fasting with only water is one type. We're not going to be talking about that too. There's intermittent fasting, which is where you only eat for certain periods of the day and you restrict your eating window. That's not what this is. We talk about that as well at a later time. But this is a fasting mimicking diet where we're going to eat foods that the body is getting nutrients, maintaining lean body mass, but we're minimizing the discomfort associated with regular fasting. So the stress of not eating. So how does it work and what happens? Imagine if you're stranded on a desert island with all the necessities for survival except food. You have shelter, water, everything you need, but there's no food. Most healthy individuals can survive for approximately 8 weeks without eating. It wouldn't be easy. Your body's going to be very hungry in the beginning. And the body will undergo very specific changes during that time, some of which we want to unlock. For 8 weeks, but for our purposes, we unlock them. So initially, the body's going to convert all your fat reserves into fuel. It's going to get rid of the visceral fat, the belly fat. It's going to reduce the body's fat content, inflammatory parts of the body. Eventually, you're going to require vitamins, minerals, proteins, nutrients, co-fat. Because you're not eating, we don't have an external source, so the body's going to start to look from within. And where does the body get those nutrients from? Well, it's a process called autophagy. It's autophagy. If you break it up into the Latin, it means self-eat or for eat yourself, right? And as the starvation continues, as the reduction in caloric restriction continues, the body needs more vitamins, more minerals, more protein, but now it's going to get them from our own cells. So the body initiates an activity called autophagy, eating self. And it starts with the least productive cells, the old, the dead, decaying, degenerative, expendable cells. It's like choosing junk mail over paper money if you need to burn something for a fire. And your body has tons of cells in it. Think about your liver, let's say. There might be 100 cells in the liver. 10 are brand new stem cells that just came like, hi, I'm showing up first day at work. 80 have been in there chugging along and doing a great job. But then 10% are heading out to retirement soon. They have a desk by the water cooler. They're just phoning it in. They're not doing much work. These are called senescent cells or zombie cells. They're not fully productive cells in the tissue anymore. They tend to take up resources and produce inflammatory chemicals. The body wants to get rid of them. And the signal for getting rid of them is by initiating autophagy, and that's done through fasting. And this is getting rid of the old, unproductive cells. What this does is it creates a change. So initially, your body, you're going to lose weight. Your organs will shrink a little bit. You become leaner. You still maintain a high level of health. Your organ function is preserved. We sometimes even see organ function improving during the fast. If you go too long, this is called starvation. You will die. Right? Eventually, over time, you'll become emaciated. Your organs can become damaged. You'll be malnourished. You can't maintain health, and your whole system is going to be impaired. So we stop well before that happens. That's where the 5-day sweet spot is. So another thing that happens during the fasting mimicking diet and fast in general is that there's an increase in stem cell production. People spend a lot of money and time going to doctors to get stem cell injection and do regenerative activities. This is a way you can get increased stem cells in your body for free. And I say for free because you're not even paying for food. You're just not eating. Right? Prolonged fasting results in survival or death. But the body doesn't know that you're doing this, from a health reason. So the body's preparing for survival, preparing for life, preparing like, oh my gosh, if we can find food, we're not going to die. We need to get ready to start rebuilding. And surviving a long fast will lead to organ and muscle shrinkage, but the body needs to regrow those muscles and organs when the fast is ending. This regrowth requires a significant number of stem cells. So during the fast, your body bone marrow and your body systems begin to push out stem cells at levels 5, 8, 10 times higher than normal. This then allows you, once you start eating again, to regenerate your body in a newer, younger, healthier way. It's a very simple process. The body does it all the time if you do some fasting. And how does this come around? Right? It comes around because it's not a typical type of fast. Right? The customized fasting diet is similar to but different from regular fasting. The similarities are that autophagy occurs, you produce new stem cells, and it improves your overall health. But among healthy individuals, it poses almost no health risk. Now, if you have low blood pressure, your blood pressure might bottom down a little bit. We don't see that too often, but if you have high blood pressure and it's lowered with drugs, watch out because your blood pressure could come back to normal and then the drugs would bottom you out. Additionally, if you're on any drugs for diabetes or anything that's going to affect going into ketosis in the body or utilizing ketone bodies, you want to exercise some caution. But if you're an otherwise healthy individual, it's absolutely going to be beneficial for you. Additionally, the customized fasting diet minimizes muscle mass loss and other lean body loss, like your bones and organs. And it's easier because you're eating the whole time. The benefits of a customized fasting diet are numerous. These are just three here, several here. Improved immune system function. It destroys cancer cell types. This has been documented numerous times in many studies that show that cancer becomes negatively impacted when you're fasting. It makes chemotherapy and radiation work even better, and it preserves the health of the body during chemo. It makes the chemo less damaging to your body, so you have fewer symptoms. Initiates and promotions autophagy, decreases fat tissue, reduction of C-reactive protein, which is an inflammatory marker in the body, increased brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is a factor that helps brain cells grow and become healthy, decreases blood glucose, decreases insulin resistance, and decreases insulin-like growth factor. We even see data and studies that are showing that it can help the pancreas heal and reverse diabetes. This here is the specific reasoning how does a customized fasting diet trick the body? And it tricks the body by using a precise combination of foods in low quantities. So what we do is we create a specific diet for you based on the food choices that you'll see in the system, in the Quartell Protocol, thebodyyouser.com. There are foods in there that you can choose. Say, I like this one, don't like this, don't like this. And then the program will develop for you a very specific 5-day diet protocol. And this low-calorie diet, combined with specific plant nutrients, it slows down cellular pathways that are responsible for growth and aging. And even though you're still eating, your body thinks this slowdown in eating is actually starvation. This is a chart here, a graphic here, that shows how drastically slow down your body metabolism creates biochemical changes in the body that replicate fasting. We see growth of cancer is inhibited, new mitochondria and healthy gut cells are promoted. We see a cellular detoxification and autophagy occurring. There's an increase in fat-burning ketosis, which results in fat loss. We also see aging is slowed down during this. And it mimics the effect of regular fasting when you're still eating. This here is a slide that I had because it shows that a customized fasting diet is effective because it's a natural adaptation from human evolution. So if you look at how humans evolved over time, cavemen evolved over time, we see that increasing our health can be done by exposing us to environmental factors. Things like sauna and cold plunge. These are things, heat and cold exposure. They make the body stronger and healthier. Well, so does not eating. All organisms, yeast, mice, monkeys, everything in between have faced the stressors of periodic food shortage over millions of years. And this stress led to the development of environmental adaptations over time. So just like humans have learned how to use the stress of sunlight to make vitamin D, humans over time evolutionarily use the stress of fasting to create a healing response in the body. You can think of it like this. If you're constantly processing food, you're building. If you get rid of the energy production required or the energy consumption required for processing the food, you now can use that same energy, those same materials and building blocks to help build healthier tissue, right? So it's like having a spare healing packet in the back that you can only unlock when you're not eating, you're not processing food. These are examples of hormetic stressors that make changes in the body. So starvation is a stressor that was faced by prehistoric humans, and it triggers a body response that leads to cellular rebuilding and repair. This is similar to how other stressors benefit the body, or hormesis, like we just talked about. So UV light from the sun causes the skin to tan, walking barefoot outside produces calluses, and lifting weights leads to increased muscle size. So these stressors of our environment change the way our body functions, the same way that the stressor of fasting changes the way that our body functions. Instead of getting tanner skin, calluses, or bigger muscles, our body undergoes autophagy and gets rid of old dead decaying cells. So how does a customized fasting diet work? Every organism has a genetic code for rebuilding and repair, just like you have a genetic code for calluses, a genetic code for tanning, a genetic code for bigger muscles. You have a genetic code for rebuilding and repair, but this code is only unlocked as autophagy through the stress of starvation. And the customized fasting diet provides this stress. It turns on these important genes for rejuvenation. These lower cholesterol, they promote fat loss. It improves cognitive health. It decreases blood pressure, and it even helps to reverse diabetes, but we see that it does and reverses inflammation as well. And the diabetes studies are going on right now. Repair and regeneration. These genes will trigger a state of repair and regeneration using new healthy stem cells. Autophagy. Repair occurs via autophagy. The body eliminates old damaged cells. Cell replacement. New healthy stem cells move in to replace the eliminated ones. And the trigger for all this is nutrient deprivation, which triggers autophagy. And here we're talking about metabolic health and cellular function optimization. And it's just an easy thing to do from a logistics standpoint, which is hard to do because nobody wants to stop eating for 5 days, but the customized fasting diet makes it easier. So here, just a little bit more about the importance of fasting. Sometimes a little help is necessary. Fasting is the quickest and single most effective method for enhancing health span longevity. Again, this critical point bears repeating because fasting is the quickest and single most effective method for enhancing health span and longevity. And if we look over here, we can see It's natural nutrition therapy. It promotes detoxification, gets rid of inflammation. It's a break for the digestive system. The number of benefits cannot be overstated with customized fasting diets. So if you haven't already, go onto the portion of thebodyyouser.com, go to where the fasting is, select your foods, and find the time where you can start your 5-day fast and experiment. If you can only make it through one day, you made it through one day, then you'll have a little bit more of an ability to know what to expect. You might be able to make it through 2 days. With a little bit of practice, you might make the whole 5 days. See you on the other side of the fast.